Hello everyone, my name's John from Sons of Asgard and welcome to our channel. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the pagan Sabbath celebration of Litha. Now, as with all of the other Sabbath celebration videos, all of the information can be found on our Asgard Academy website. This falls under the Path of the Natural Witchcraft course and all the details are over on there. I'll post the link to the website down in the section below. Litha falls between the 19th and the 23rd of June each year. The meaning of Litha is all about honouring the sun or the divine masculine at the height of his power. It's about saying goodbye to the waxing half of the year, preparing for harvests, honouring the pregnant goddess, and unfortunately that means we're going to have to be welcoming in the waning half of the year. Litha is also the solar festival that marks the longest day of the year. The sun rises and sets at its most northerly point. As well as this, the summer quarter also runs from Beltane to Lughnasadh, so Litha marks that midway point between the two. Litha celebrates the height of the sun's power and the abundance of summer. Nature is alive, fields and fruits are heading towards harvest, but the feeling is mixed. Once the sun reaches its apogee, it can only mean one thing, unfortunately, and that's decline back. The druidic name Alban Hurin, or the light of the shore, is very appropriate for this turning point of the year. Laying at the midpoint between light of the earth and light of the water are the druidic terms for the equinoctial celebrations. In the past, Midsummer Fires would also be lit. Some of these reasons would be to honour the sun god. They would be done for purification, protection, and they would hope that the fire would infuse and energise the sun long enough so that the people could have a bountiful harvest that year. People would also jump the fire, just like Beltane, and they would do this so that however high they would jump, they would hope that the crops would grow to that height as well. Drumming, dancing and singing were celebrated during this festival, which makes it a noisy and social time for all. Litha honours the apex of light. Sometimes this is symbolised by the crowning of the Oak King, god of the waxing year. At his crowning, he then falls to his darker half, which is the Holly King, god of the waning half of the year. In terms of the god and goddess cycle, the god is made king through his marriage to the queen at Litha. Just as the winter solstice festival was appropriated by the Christians, so too is the summer solstice festival. The winter solstice, we had the birth of Jesus, and the summer solstice festival, we have the birth of St. John the Baptist, which is strange because most saint days are normally celebrated of their passings, and it's unusual that John's is celebrated for his birth. St. John's wort is also a herb that's traditionally associated with midsummer too. Litha is a time to consolidate your strengths and to clear away those negative thoughts and energies. It's about living life to the full and being present in this moment. One thing you can do to help keep this energy and to help keep this heat of the summer solstice, you can work yourself a little bit of magic. Candle magic could be something that's great for this time of year. You can roll and dress and anoint your candles in some of the herbs that'll be listed on later on in this video. You can then charge that candle by holding onto it, putting your thoughts, feelings, emotions into that candle, blowing life into it, having it on an altar surrounded by some citrine or some honey calcite or some carnelian, just to kind of infuse it with this energy of the summer solstice. And then as the rest of the year is starting to get a bit darker, you may starting to feel the effects of not having as much sun. We know here in the UK we get very little as it is anyway, so having something like this candle that you've charged with the energy of the summer solstice would be great to be lit throughout the darker half of the year, just so you've got that little bit of light, that little bit of warmth and that little bit of energy to see you through until we start seeing the light returning later on. Some of the colours that are associated with Litha are your reds, your golds, your blues, your greens and your tan. Some of the symbols that are associated with Litha are your fire, sun, oak, mistletoe, bellfires and fairies. Some of the activities for this time of year are creating well dressings, jumping bellfires, gathering herbs, watching the sunrise. Some of the crystals you can use are things like your emeralds, your tiger eyes, jades, lapis lazuli, diamonds. Some of the essential oils you can use are things like heliotrope, cinnamon, sandalwood, lavender, any of the mint essential oils, so your spearmint, peppermint, wintergreen if you're a fan of that. You've also got things like your safflower and your saffron as well. And some of the foods that you can have around the time of Litha are things like your summer squash, your lemons and your oranges. Hello everyone, it's apologies and blooper time. So in the craziness of trying to get this video out in time for Litha, it's now 20 past midnight on Thursday morning, and I've just realised I've not done the intro for the Sabbat altar for the shop. So here's the video of me setting up the Sabbat altar for the shop for Litha. Enjoy! And there we are, that's the Sabbat of Litha. I hope some of the information that I've shared with you today has proved helpful and useful, and you can use some of this in your celebrations of Litha. Don't forget, if you like the content that we are sharing with you on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and like this video. And if you've got any comments, questions, drop them in the section below. I guess the only thing that's left for me to say is thank you very much, solstice blessings, and we will see you soon.